Well, hello CGR. Welcome to Monday. It's time to get the course rolling. So Mr. Lake here, and I'm just going to give you a little intro to our first assignment. You're going to look at a couple of creation stories in this activity. The reason I have you doing that is when it comes to resource development, when it comes to the way that we use the world, the way that we kind of approach the world matters. And I'm going to give you two creation stories, and you can look up others. But what I want you to notice is the different approach to the world that these stories have. And I do this in my other classes as well. The two we're going to look at are, for me, my favorite is sort of the one that I grew up with was the one in the Bible, the Genesis story. It's a very important passage early in that where all the other while the earth is created, the water is created, the sky, the land, all the other creatures are created. And finally, God creates man. And he creates man in his image. And he says, man will have dominion over all the other creatures. All the other creatures are there to serve man. And I think as Christian society, especially leading into the Industrial Revolution, that meant that we should use the world as much as we want. We should have it there for us. The other creation story that I'm familiar with is a little different than the one that's posted, but it's one from the Dene in the Northwest Territories. And they talk about all the creator that creates the land, the sky, just like in the Christian myth, and then all the other animals except for one, and the human is the second last creature created. And he's created not because he's the most important, but he's created because he's the weakest. Man is the only animal who has to rely on others. He can't feed himself. He needs other animals. And then the last animal created is actually the spider. And the spider is created last because it spins a web that connects all of us together. And you can see in that creation story how very different a worldview there is. One, the Christian story where the world is there to serve man, is there to be used by man. Man is to have dominion over the world. And the Dene story where all things are connected, where man is the weakest of the creatures, the most dependent, and where the spider is ultimately the last creature created to bind us all together. So when you think about how we might use the world, how we might be in the world, you can see that that worldview in the creation story really has a different take. So what you're going to do is you're going to read, I think it's an Iroquois story, you're going to look at the Genesis story, and then you can investigate some others. What are the creation stories in Hindi culture? What is the Buddhist story of creation? What is the Mesoamerican creation story? And then you're going to create a chart to sort of compare those. The second thing you're going to do is use our discussion board for the first time, so I'm hoping to see that. You're going to post some thoughts around creation stories and then respond to at least one other post. So that's kind of your work until Friday. On Friday, I will post a second assignment, and then that'll be due on the Monday. So good luck. I hope you enjoy it. I've really enjoyed looking at your videos from Flipgrid. I think that's been working pretty well. We may try to use that again instead of discussions later on. If you're having problems with the course, certainly contact me. By email through the course is how I'd like to be contacted. And I hope to see some great work from all of you. So good luck this week. Welcome to the course, and let's get rolling.